House Speaker Mike Johnson is here with the latest. What's the update on the attempt to stop this? Although the court was pretty clear, they did take a strong stand against judge shopping because of the venue they went to when the plaintiffs were from Texas. They went to D.C. for a more liberal judge.
Yeah, they put it on raw display. That venue shopping that Stephen Miller was talking about earlier is a serious problem. And so are activist judges, liberal judges with a political bent. It's a threat to the rule of law, to our entire system of justice, to equal justice, to the separation of powers and all of it. And desperate times call for desperate measures. So we're delighted with the Supreme Court ruling. It is a big one, as was described earlier. It's exactly right. And we're going to move on it in Congress as well. So this week, Sean, we'll be putting on the floor Congressman Darrell Iss's bill, the No Rogue Rulings Act. And what this is going to do is keep federal district court judges in their constitutional lane. No one single activist judge should be able to issue a nationwide injunction to stop a president's policies. That's not the way the framers intended this to work, and we're going to put them back in check.
Okay, so let's go to the issue of reconciliation. You got what you wanted, one big, beautiful bill, right, that's going to take place. Now, and you got a big boost last week because Lindsey Graham, as the Senate Budget Chair, believes, and it worked, that they can bypass any commentary or input from the Senate parliamentarian when it comes to issues of spending. With all of that said, in that other body, the Senate, they have more arcane-like rules that make it very difficult in terms of passing reconciliation. That means that your members in the House, with your now larger majority, but still slim, they're going to have to go along with the rules in the Senate if they're going to want this thing to get through, which the president desperately wants through. There was talk about a fracture within the caucus. What's the latest?
Yeah, that's a pretty good summary of the situation, Sean. We are hemmed in some ways by the sometimes archaic rules of the Senate. We got to play by those rules to achieve our mission, and that is to deliver the America First agenda. So where we are procedurally, not to get too deep in the weeds, is that the House passed our budget resolution. We sent it over to the Senate. They've amended somewhat. They kept all of our provisions in, but they added their own, and now they've sent it back over. We've got to pass that, the Senate amendment, so that we can get to the next stage. The next stage in the process to deliver on President Trump's America First agenda is to get to the point we've all been waiting on. We've been working on this in the House for over a year to get to this point, to draft the actual reconciliation bill. And in that bill, Sean, we're going to do, the reason the president calls it the one big beautiful bill is because we're going to deliver on all these promises we made to the people, all the America First policies. We're going to restore the border, make sure we have the funding to do that well and right and permanently. Sean, we're going to add American energy dominance provisions. We're going to make sure we restore peace through strength, put in all the funding mechanisms to handle that and follow through with the president's orders, while also incorporating what DOGE is doing to make government work more efficiently and effectively. And most importantly, Sean, maybe equally important to all that, is that we're going to make sure we don't have the largest tax increase in U.S. history at the end of this year, which is what would happen by default if the president's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act from the first administration expire, which is what will happen. So all that will be moving forward, but we have to keep the House and Senate Republicans working together as one team. We unify, we will accomplish this mission.
What are the biggest criticisms of the current version that came out of the Senate?
Well, we're having a lot of discussion in the House and the Senate and between the two chambers about how to achieve the objective, because we want to do all those things I just outlined, but we also want to make sure that we bend the trajectory on the nation's debt and the deficits. That's a really important principle. It's something that we need to send a message to the bond markets and the stock market, investors, job creators, entrepreneurs and innovators, everybody who makes this economy work, that Congress is serious about this, that we're not going to stay on this trajectory that we're on that would bankrupt the country. So the president is serious about checking all these boxes and making sure that we have real cuts and we show good fiscal stewardship of the people's resources. That's what we're working on. Finding the equilibrium is the catch.
Is it possible to have a second reconciliation bill for maybe unfinished business? For example, reconciliation allows the Senate to only need 51 votes instead of cloture, which would require 60 votes. Would there be another bite at the apple if you were to get this one passed?
Yeah, there will be. Thanks for pointing that out, because we'll get as much of this done in this package as we can, and then there'll be another bite at the apple for the next fiscal year. So you can do a reconciliation bill for each of those fiscal years, and that's what the plan is. Remember, all of this is working together. We want to have a reconciliation package to check all these boxes. We also want to have a thoughtful 12-bill FY26 appropriations process that reflects all the savings that DOGE and the Trump administration are finding and the new revenue streams, and to do this in a fiscally responsible manner. We're also going to be dealing with some rescissions. I mean, I know we're talking about archaic procedural mechanisms, but that is basically what happens when the White House sends to Congress a request to cut more spending, to claw it back. So all these things will be happening, Sean. I think the outcome is going to be great.
That you plan for the fiscal year that begins October 1, are you planning to have the budgets done and voted on and up and running by October 1 this coming fiscal year? The fiscal year starting in Washington?
Yeah, we are. And I know that sounds like a big leap, but if we get
like
reconciliation
a pipe dream?
done.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but it's not.
The history,
We're fiercely committed to getting back to regular order. We're already behind the 8 ball because it takes, several months to do it. But, Sean, I'm optimistic we'll push it through. We'll get the agenda done.
All right, Speaker Johnson, we appreciate you being with us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.